Okay, so we were on to the second movie of the Transformers franchise as we're counting down to Transformers The Last Night. So with that all being said, there's going to be spoilers in this review, so that is your warning. Now, at this time, like at that time when the movie came out, I had no problem with it. I even said it was as good as the first one, but the more I look back on it, yeah, it had problems. It had a lot of problems. It was like a flash flood of problems. But hey, you know, in the studio's defense, there was a writer's strike during that time when they were trying to get this ball rolling, and when the writer's strike was over, they didn't have enough time to really, I guess, make the movie that they wanted to make. So they just had to, you know, make it quickly to get to the release date, but they couldn't change it or whatever. But so I have to tell myself that constantly, you know, like so I don't nitpick it so much where they just did this and thought it was going to be a good movie. I mean, there was only so much they could do. But but I will say this though, when Michael Bay was when he was talking about it in some interviews, there's even one interview when he said that they made this movie darker, and I believed him because the teaser trailer was a very dark tone, you know, like it was a dark tone trailer, and it made the movie look like legit darker. And then and then I knew that there was gonna be humor in it. But and then the next trailers came out, and I'm like, okay, this looks good. Looks like it's gonna be really good. And then when the movie came out, it's just a jumbled mess. It's not even near as dark as that teaser trailer was. Not even close. I mean, this movie did have good moments, but overall, it was kind of like, I mean, yeah, you can see that they didn't really make the movie. They didn't really get to make the movie that they would have wanted to make, and going to Egypt and all that stuff, and then they kill off Optimus Prime earlier in the movie, and then we don't get, like, once again, like in the first movie, we don't get enough screen time with him. I mean, like, you see him for a little bit in the first half. Megatron, you know, kills him. But that scene where him and Megatron are going at it, that was definitely epic. I mean, it was super, super, super epic. I mean, I loved how they just kept going at it, and Prime was kicking his ass. He was kicking his ass. Even after he called in a few of his Decepticon minions, you know, including Starscream, he still whooped their asses. And I was tempted to walk out of the theater when Megatron killed him. I'm like, give me one good reason why I should not get up and walk out of this theater right now. But, you know, prior to that, you know, it's funny how, you know, Sam Witwicky becomes, I guess, a wanted fugitive, like, a little bit after, and you know, like, and Galloway, that douchebag Galloway, tries to, you know, is willing to throw him under the bus for a mistake that he made. I mean, like, while he's trying to tell everybody why the Autobots are not needed here or why they should leave, and he's basically threw down the welcome mat to the Decepticons when he told them where Megatron's body was and where the little piece of the Allspark is. And then Soundwave, you know, you basically put humanity in danger. You should be the wanted fugitive. But I mean, and Sam's roommate, I mean, like, he was funny and all, but more I think about it, he was not needed in this movie at all. He was not needed in this movie at all. I mean, like, he had one purpose there, and then that was where to reunite with Sam with, you know, with John Turturro's character, and yeah, Simmons, you know, like to reunite Sam, you know, and Simmons together. But that's it. He's basically pointless after that. He's just there for, you know, unnecessary humor after that, and and Michaela is a little better developed in this movie. I mean, like she sort of matured in this movie, and she's basically, and I don't know. I mean, like it seems like their relationship, like on her side, is more. It does seem more like a mature relationship, and on Sam's side, it's just like he just is reluctant to basically, you know, say that he loves her and all that. I mean, I don't know. And another thing that this movie did not need was a Terminator Decepticon. I mean, like it's like, I mean, like that girl who is basically, you know, that Decepticon is just disguised like a girl. I mean, like, what is she, a Terminator? I mean, like, is she the Terminatrix? Like, what the fuck? She was not needed in this movie. She was pointless too. But I know that it had a writer's strike. I know, but and The Fallen was a very disappointment. I mean, they talked about him like he's this big, bad, humongous, biggest threat that, you know, ever. And then we saw I even saw a poster of him, like where it's just him up close, and I was almost afraid of what he would bring to the movie, but he didn't bring anything. He was all talk and no bite. Like, what the fuck? And then when it gets to him and Optimus going at it, Optimus kills him off like he's nothing. Like, oh my gosh. And another thing I did not like is how Megatron sort of bowed down to him, where I guess that's his master, where he's like, oh, master. I was not a fan of that. I mean, like, Megatron is his own leader. He is his own master. I mean, he worships himself. I mean, that's how I look at him. I don't think that ever happened in the cartoon, like where he served somebody else. I don't think, but it just felt weird to me. And this movie had a lot of problems, and you know, they could have especially toned down with Sam's mom eating, you know, like pot brownies. I mean, like, I mean, they could have toned that down too. But at that time, I accepted a lot of the humor that the movie had. But now I'm just like, you really didn't have to go the extra mile with the humor. You really did. And the twins, the Autobot twins, I didn't have a problem with them, but they weren't needed either. But I mean, you know, like when they were talking about their attempt to get Optimus Prime back to life, that did give me some hope, you know, that, you know, for this movie. And that's part of the reason why I did not get up and walk out. And so, and then they brought him back, and then Jetfire, he's another cool addition to the movie that I liked, especially when he is on his last leg, and then he gives his parts to Optimus, and Optimus gets his upgrade, and that's where he goes, and then he finishes The Fallen and beats Megatron, and everyone's safe again. But yeah, this movie's not as good as the first one, and it's not really the studio's fault, because, you know, there was a writer's strike. I mean, you know, I guess they were really in panic mode, like, what do we do? What do we do? I mean, like, we need to come up with something quick, you know. But still, I have to give this movie three fair chair spins out of 5. 1, 2, 3 fair chair spins. But I mean, yeah, I mean, like, towards Act 3, there was really no drama in this movie until Optimus Prime was killed, and where Sam feels really guilty for that, and when it gets towards the end, like where, you know, like where Sam is telling his parents to go and leave, and then they're saying, no, we stay together. I mean, like, there were good drama moments. Like, why couldn't we have more of that? But oh well, it is what it is. I mean, but yeah, if you guys enjoyed my review on this movie, thumb up the video. Make sure you click subscribe if you're a newbie to the channel. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out, y'all.